Hello everyone! It's Miss Sarah with Delta County Libraries. Thanks again for joining us for another virtual story time this week. Now this summer, the libraries are offering a summer reading program that's called Imagine Your Story. And for story time, every week we're reading a story from a different part of the world. But don't forget, if you get signed up online for our summer reading program, you can keep track of how much reading you do as a family or any early literacy activities you do. And if you do 12 hours worth, you can win a free t-shirt. So parents, don't forget to get your kids signed up. All right, are you guys ready for another story from across the world? All right, let's find our seats and we'll get ready. Everybody take a seat, take a seat, take a seat. Everybody take a seat on your chair. Not on the wall, not on the stairs. Everybody take a seat on your chair. Or if you're on the floor, everybody take a seat, take a seat, take a seat. Everybody take a seat on the floor. Not on the wall, not on the door. Everybody take a seat on the floor. All right, I'm going to move the camera so you guys can see our story a little better. This story comes to us from India. It is an old story and has been told in many different languages, but it is one of my favorites and I hope that you'll enjoy it. Okay, once upon a time, there lived several blind men that all lived together in the same village. Will you help me count the blind men? There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There were six blind men that all lived together in one village. Now one day there was a wise king, and he was traveling and came to visit the village, and with him the king had brought something special to show the villagers. Now, to be blind means that you cannot see with your eyes. But there are many other ways to learn about the world. So although the blind men could not see with their eyes, they listened with their ears, they smelled with their noses, they tasted with their mouths, and they touched with their hands. And so they learned much about the world, even though they could not see. And so the blind men decided to go and explore and see what the king had brought to show the village. So the first blind man went and he explored. Now remember, they couldn't see what it was, and so they touched it, they felt it, they listened to it to learn what it was. And the first blind man, when he came back, he said, "The king has brought a great wall." Now the next blind man went out to explore, and when he came back, he said, "The king has brought several large pillars." Pillars that hold up something. And when the next blind man went and explored, he came back and said, "No, no, no. The king has brought a fan." The next blind man went out to explore, and when he came back, he said, "No, no, no, the king has brought a snake." The next blind man went out. He explored what the king had brought, and when he came back, he said, "Oh no, the king has brought a sword." These are all very different things. Now the last blind man went out and he explored, and when he came back, he said, "No, no, no, the king has brought a rope." Well, they started arguing. "No, no, no, it's a wall. No, it's a pillar. No, it's a fan. No, it's a snake. No, it's a sword. No, it's a rope. No, no, no." Oh, they argued and argued, and they made such a loud ruckus that the king overheard and came to see what was the matter. He asked the blind men, "What is wrong? Why are you arguing?" And they explained to him, "Oh, great king, we wanted to see what you had brought to the village, so each of us went and explored to see what it was. And I'm trying to explain that it's clearly a wall. No, clearly it's pillars. No, it's a fan. No, it's a snake. No, a sword. No, a rope." Thought the king. And he was a great wise king, and he said to the blind men, "Ah, I see. Well, each of you is right and correct in your own way, but you are all wrong." The blind man thought about that. How could they all be wrong and all be right? So the king explained, "You see, each of you went and touched a piece, but you didn't feel the whole. And so when you put all of those together, what I brought to show the village was an elephant." The first blind man, he touched the side of the elephant and thought it was a wall. The next blind man touched the legs of the elephant and thought they were pillars. The next touched the ear and thought it was a fan. The next touched the trunk and thought it was a snake. The next touched the elephant's tusk and thought it was a sword. And the last touched the elephant's tail and thought it was a rope. And so you see, each of you were right, but you only touched a piece of the elephant and didn't realize the whole. And when you put it all together, you get one of the most amazing animals in the world. The end. I hope you enjoyed this story. It's one of my favorites because it reminds us that even though we disagree with someone, they might have a piece of the truth in what they say, and we might not be able to see it because perhaps we were only touching a piece of the elephant. Maybe we touched the side and saw a wall. Maybe they touched the tusk and saw a sword. And in our own way, each of us was right, but it's important to listen to what other people have to say and share our ideas so that we can find a way to find the bigger picture and the whole elephant. Thanks for joining us today for another story time. I hope you enjoyed this story. And don't forget to join us next week for another story from a different part of the world. Take care, everyone, and happy reading.